Hi, I'm Ethan, a technical writer at Mintlify. I'm going to show you how AI native documentation works, using your content as the context to improve writing, reading, and discovering your documentation. Before we begin, let me give you a quick introduction to Mintlify. We're a documentation platform built for collaboration with beautiful designs out of the box. Mintlify serves content optimized for AI and extends traditional Docs as Code workflows to improve the maintainer and user experience for your documentation. Let's start with one of the biggest challenges for most teams, keeping documentation up to date. Here's a pull request that our engineering team recently shipped. Instead of creating a ticket and writing docs for this later on, I'm going to have the Mintlify documentation agent generate a draft right now. I'll head over to Slack where our team works, and I'm going to message our agent. The agent can read from connected repositories, so when I paste the URL to the pull request, it will be able to reference that directly. The agent also understands our documentation structure and style. It plans its task based on the context from my prompt and the existing documentation. When it finishes planning, the agent creates a draft pull request for me to review. Let's take a look at what it generated. I'll go back to GitHub, where we have the draft pull request that the agent has created. You can see it's added a pull request description, and we can also look at the files changed. The agent has added information about response types that were added with this feature. If I wanted to make any updates at this point, I can go back to Slack and query the agent. Let's go back to Slack and clean up these veil linting errors. The agent is once again going to plan out how to do this update and then push a commit to the pull request that is already made. If we go back to the pull request on GitHub, we can see that it's pushed updates and we no longer have any linting errors. I can review the pull request, make any adjustments I want manually or by prompting the agent again, and then merge it when I'm ready. This is building off my existing documentation as context. So all the content that you've worked hard to curate with your style, your structure, your conventions, that becomes the foundation for how the agent writes. It's working with your documentation. So your entire team can contribute in your style. Instead of content debt building, you're capturing knowledge at the moment it's created and democratizing contributions across your team. Getting a first draft that someone can ask for feedback on or share their ideas has become much easier. Now let me show you how AI improves the reading experience. If someone comes to our documentation and wants to learn how to embed the agent into a custom app, they can read the page about it, or they can ask our assistant. By typing a question in here, the assistant will give a clear answer, including links to relevant parts of the Mintlify user interface, links to additional documentation, and best practices. It cites its sources so I can quickly navigate to them if I want to read more. The assistant is referencing your most up-to-date content, but other LLM tools may be trained on outdated information. If someone is working in their IDE, they don't even need to open a browser to access your content. We host an MCP server for every documentation site, and you can connect it to a variety of tools with just a few clicks through the contextual menu that you embed on pages. This is what AI native documentation looks like. The content you've curated becomes more than static pages. It powers AI media interactions that make both maintenance and use easier. Your documentation works harder for you and your users.